Shakur Stevenson fight.
Yeah.
Now that time has gone by, what's your thought process on your own personal performance and the night as a whole with that fight?
Well, this is what it comes with, right? You fight the best, and the best fight the best, and only one could come out, and that happened that night. You know, I've stepped up to the plate more times than needed, and I think that I do this for the fans, I do this for the people, and for the sport of boxing. So, you know, he got the best of me. That happens. Some nights you don't show up, you know, and I think kudos to him. We'll love to see what he does with the belts that he earned, and that's all I can say to that. I learned a lot, though. I learned a lot within myself, and I learned that I've been through worse, so we can always come out of it.
Yeah. We spoke to Shakur after the fight as well, more recently, and asked him the same question of reflecting on it. And one of the things that I found interesting was he was saying that he was so nervous in the build-up. He said fight week that was like the most nervous he'd been, because I said the word nervous and I went, oh no, you probably weren't nervous. And he goes, no, I was. How were your emotions in fight week?
To be honest, I was just enjoying the moment. But I did feel a part of me that day early in the fight. Well, not in the fight, but that day before the fight. And I was just eating, and then I looked at my mother, and I just started just crying. I just cried. I think that more so of the pain that maybe something that was coming. Yeah. I don't know if it was saying goodbye to something, but definitely just a moment to reflect and take on and appreciate the moment. But to know maybe there was something, and I think it makes sense now.
So you felt almost something different to a normal fight week, that emotion that something was coming?
I think it was time. Yeah, I think it was time. And I think it was something I asked for in some way.
What do you mean by that?
I think that it's always, to me, I would say it's not as hard to be on the top. It's not. And I'm okay with being I love solitude, right? So I love those moments. So I think I wanted to change. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to take away what he did. He executed. They did a great game plan. They fought phenomenally and all those great things. But I think that I like comeback stories. Yeah.
So do you feel like then mentally you probably went like fully in it or fully there, that you were almost thinking of the future, of the potential move up in weight or whatever it might have been? Do you think you were mentally already onto that stage rather than
Probably spiritually, I don't know. I'll be honest. Mentally, you know, you're there to fight, you know, and so you're there to put on a showing, right? But I think, maybe something within me internally just wasn't there. Yeah.
And physically for the fight, what didn't kind of click tactically for you, do you think?
I think just the game plans, right? There was only one really that we stuck on, rather than just boxing and doing another forte of how I transition and adapt to. This time around, it wasn't that. It was more like stiffness and trying to fight short and inside, and you can't do that with a long-range fighter. You know, the only time you could do that is when you got them back in the ropes, and that takes distance to create that. But those are things that is great to go back to on the drawing board. Now, you know, we brought back Milton LaCroix, who I started with as a young kid. I was 6 years old then. And just bringing back those basics, those great fundamentals, you know, being stiff and trying to switch and all that is not my play.
Yeah. After the night, people were trying to criticize the corner work. What was your response to that?
I agree with them. I totally agree with them, and I think that's part of it, right? So they're not wrong in what they feel and they wanted to express on. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell a fighter a specific thing without giving him the right proper instructions. You know, and my father, who's my trainer, just wasn't giving me the proper instructions that night. He was more bringing it down rather than telling me what I needed to do, you know? So when you have everyone against and you feel your back's on the wall, in those moments you got to be with your fighter and tell him the right things and get back up. You got this, you know? I can't just always self-motivate myself. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have a team.
Yeah.
What's good, Just Do family? It's your boy KB, back to get boxing is just due. And y'all already know, man, smash the like button, sub to the channel if you're new, and if you're rocking with the video, make sure you hype the video. And let's get straight to it, man. So I played a clip that I seen from an interview with Teofimo, where he opened up about, you know, his mental state during the, you know, fight week and right before the fight with Shakur Stevenson that took place January 31st. And he went on to talk about how he looked at his mom and he cried, and, he alluded to, him feeling like it was something to come. And maybe that's something he felt was him just losing to a much better Shakur Stevenson, because, the fight wasn't close. He definitely got dominated. A lot of people criticize how Shakur beat him with just a jab, but, he definitely threw more than just a jab, but that was the most dominant punch of the fight, and it was an effective tool. It completely neutralized Teofimo, and he just wasn't able to get around it. He's said in the past, all Shakur has is a jab. If you get past that, he's lunch food, and we just never seen that come to fruition. He wasn't able to get past that laser-like jab that Shakur was throwing. But, it was interesting that he said his mental state was what it was, and he ended up, crying and, things like that. And he also touched on, pretty much agreeing with the fans and, all the criticism about his father and his lack of instructions in that corner. And I said this before, those kind of instructions was going to only make Teofimo doubt himself. And that's the reason I'm doing this video, because you hear Teofimo saying the same things. I can't always self-motivate myself. You're supposed to be with your fighter. He agreed that the fans should have had the questions, and it seemed like he had the very same questions the fans did. Like, bro, what are you doing? You telling me, where you asking me, where's my power? And you're telling me to do things, but not telling me how to get it done. And it just wasn't motivation in the corner at all. It was a lot of question and doubt. And I think with Teofimo already, doubt creeping in his head because of the way the fight was turning out, he didn't reassure his son by casting more doubt, by asking him, hey, bro, where's your power? You got to hit him. That's not giving proper instructions. And I think anybody who's watching boxing and listening to that understands that that's not very good instruction when you up against a guy like Shakur Stevenson. So it was very interesting to see, or should I say hear, and listen to Teofimo pretty much agree with the fans about his father. And, with all that being said, he's still keeping his father in his corner, as he should. But he did mention bringing it back a trainer that he used to work with when he was younger. Maybe that could help. Hopefully he goes up to 47 pounds, which I think he is, man. As a matter of fact, him and Rolly are slated to fight, I believe, August 22nd. So I'm here for it, man. It's a good rebound fight for Teofimo Lopez. I do think that is his path to a title at 147. If he's looking to get back to the top, Rolly Romero, although presents a challenge and can be dangerous, it'd be a really good fight between these two guys, man, because we all know how unpredictable Rolly is. We seen that when he beat Ryan Garcia in the Times Square event, man. That shocked everybody. Not saying he's going to beat Teo, but it's just the reason why you can't count Rolly out. And I will sit there and watch that fight to see how it plays out. If Teofimo is serious about moving up and, reclaiming the strap, I think that's the path to a championship. That'd be impressive, having titles at 35, 40, and then one at 47, you'll be a 3-division champion, Teo. So hopefully, his mental state is where it needs to be since the loss January 31st over Shakur. And I hope he's made the necessary adjustments, tweaks, or changes to, get to that next level. I hope he's been acclimating and getting his body prepared for the next weight class, because that's a 7-pound jump. And I hear there's no joke up there at welterweight with the big boys. So I'm here for this. I want to see what the next, chapter is for Teo. You know what I mean? When he's fully focused, he's a very entertaining fighter. Seemed like he put a lot of the negative stuff to the side and the trolling and things of that nature. And hopefully he just focuses back on boxing, dancing around, having fun, doing the backflips in the ring. That's what the people want to see. And putting on good shows, man, because that's the Teo that everybody, grew to love or grew to rock with and really support. But that's my thoughts, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about all this, man. What do y'all think about his comments, Teo's comments about his dad and agreeing with the fans? And y'all let me know who y'all got winning, man. Is it going to be Rolly Romero, Short Bus Rolly as they call him, Big Rolo? Is it going to be him pulling it off, or is Teofimo going to find himself being a 3-division champion? And as always, man, y'all get in the comment section and let me know if I gave boxing its just due. So that's what I do over here, Just Do Boxing. Till the next one, I'm out. Peace.